a guy I used to work with, not into metal at all, but into musicians and stuff. He loved music. And I played him stuff. He's like, don't you ever get tired of that? I'm like, what? He's like, the double bass kick?
Yeah.
I was like,
No masters, two minds. No masters, two minds. No masters, two minds. No masters.
all right, welcome back to Two Mics, No Masters. Loud music, louder opinions. I'm Andy.
I'm Patrick. Yeah, the show the other day. Well, when I say the other day, it was last weekend.
Yeah, something.
Matinee show, great.
Oh, perfect.
Great. I was home. I think it was 6:30. Fantastic.
Dude, it's amazing.
Yeah, so good. Reminded me of why I go to shows to begin with, which is the energy that you can always expect at a terror show. You know what I mean? Kids go sick. There's a lot of moshing and stage diving and pylons and sing-alongs, and that's the energy that I love in hardcore, and I don't think we see enough of it.
Right, good and positive energy.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like all of that stuff without anyone. I mean, people get hurt, of course, but not.
But it's not intentional.
Yes.
No one's trying to prove themselves. Or,
Right. They're there for it. They're there for the music. They're there for the whole thing.
Yep.
You know. And that's pretty consistent in a terror show, I think.
Yeah. Because I think Scott kind of lays down the, not the law, but the attitude. This is how we're terror. This is what we believe in. This is how it's going to be tonight.
Totally.
And everyone just accepts it though, because they know that they're there for that. They're like, yes, let's do this. You know.
Yeah.
So. That's why I love it. When he said, remember what he said, which I loved. I was like, I left there like, yeah, it's so awesome. But he's like, it's great to see so much diversity here tonight.
Yeah.
Like you got there's dark skinned people here, there's light skinned people here, and it's like that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
You know, like that's cool, man.
Yeah, I love to see that too.
That's what we need.
So I recently, I wanted to mention this to you the other day when I was texting you. There's this band that I've been into lately called No Mas. No Mas.
Yep.
No/Mas. I keep going back to it, and I think their new record is. Oh, see, now I have to look it up. I didn't do my homework. I was literally just listening to it, and I can't even remember.
No peace.
Yes. Yep. No Mas.
Oh, nice and short too.
Yeah. It's short. It's blazing fast, actually.
Nice.
It's one of those records. I keep going back to it because it has all the things that I like. Like, is it death metal? Is it hardcore? Is it punk? I don't know. I think it's all of these things. Kind of a few solos and little rippings just for effect. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of it's got a very heavy death metal quality to it.
Okay.
The vocals a little bit. But there's a couple different vocal styles going on too. And, at some point he starts singing in Spanish and you're like,
really?
Yeah, this is great.
Awesome. I love that.
Yeah. There's a song with Violencia. They're like a fast hardcore band who sings strictly in Spanish. They're pretty amazing as well. But there's one. Actually, there's two. There's two songs I want to mention. The first one is a song called Leech. And it's like, it sounds metalcore, but like all the best parts of metalcore. Like these ripping solos and just very metal chord progressions and sound. And then there's the song that's really one of my favorites, which is a song called Blood-Soaked Soil. It actually sounds like that, like a filthy, muddy sounding heavy death metal sound, but there's this riff, this one slower riff. It's played twice in the song. The second time there's a slight, like halfway through the riff, that part, it like changes by an octave, and it just sounds so nasty. Just a subtle little change.
Yeah, sometimes that's all it takes.
That's all it takes, right? So I recommend that to everyone.
I see they have a show coming up in Philly with Municipal Waste and Cro-Mags. Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I love Municipal Waste. They're essentially a party band.
Oh, it's so awesome live. You want to ride a surfboard or get cracked in the head with a beach ball?
Yeah, right.
Definitely.
They're kind of like the thrash version of Murphy's Law.
You're right. There you go.
Who's playing? Actually, their Murphy's Law is playing with the Circle Jerks.
That's right.
And Gorilla Biscuits.
That's right.
April 9th and 10th. I will be at the April 9th show with some homies.
Is that sold out?
The 9th is. I think
10th is still open?
I think the 10th is still open. I saw Circle Jerks with 7 Seconds and Negative Approach.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Sorry, I can't believe I stumbled on that. What the
hell? I was thinking about going to that show. I don't think I've seen any of those bands.
Yeah. I mean, the Circle Jerks, that's a band like that I got into early on. So there's a little bit of nostalgia there, but
yeah,
I still like the songs. That like those first 2 records are still solid records. And
it's funny. It's funny you're talking about this because the other day, like probably 3 days ago, I listened to their first album for the first time.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, I never actually listened to them, and I was like, this is actually that
catchy, right?
Came out with 79. Yeah. Well, it's just insanity. 79. It must have torn people's faces off.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is pretty aggressive. 79? Like, come on.
Yeah, when you put it into that perspective, it's
for sure. I guess that's not really my scene. So it's like, did anything come out around then that was just kind of like that too? Because that was crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is actually really good. It was heavier than I thought it was going to be too, to be honest. I thought it was going to be a little, not softer, but a little, I don't know how to say it, less. Not less aggressive. Maybe less aggressive. Maybe.
Yeah.
But I was surprised. I'm like, this is good.
Yeah. No, it's very good.
Like, man.
Yeah. I discovered them in the 80s. So I was like, I was little, but they had already been out for several years, So I always associate them as like an 80s punk band, or it's really kind of like early hardcore.
Yeah, I thought they were. To me, I was like, "That's hardcore punk."
Yeah,
to me, I guess
hardcore punk, exactly. Yeah. And I forget that, like you said, 79. That's like mind blowing.
That's literally 47 years ago.
Yes,
that's crazy. Because I always heard like, "Oh, the Bad Brains' Pay to Come" is like the fastest song ever.
Yeah.
And
it's fast.
Like, right. Especially for back then.
Yeah.
That must have been like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Someone heard it like, what is happening?
Yeah. That early stuff. That's cool. I'm glad you listened to it.
Yeah. I was like, this is pretty good actually.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, I love that early stuff. I can't help it. That's what I like.
Yeah, it was funny. I was like, I'm going to check it out because of that show. And I'm like, I don't even know if I've ever heard them, which sounds insane.
You should check them out live. I mean, Keith Morris is like, he's getting up there.
Yeah.
But they still sound great, And Gorilla Biscuits are playing too, and they're always.
I don't know. I've never seen them. That's weird.
It's amazing how good they are still.
Really.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's a blur. At the times, I struggled still with that, like the years, and we have a friend who has a photographic memory. He remembers everything, all the details.
I don't get it.
It's always so impressive to me. I do not have that skill.
I know it's impressive. I'm like, wait, what did I eat yesterday, or what shirt was I wearing? I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, someone's like, remember this? I'm like, you sure you want to tell me that?
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah. Oh, I remember this show. This band, and this band played. You know, like
what? I know someone at work on Thursday was like, all right, remember this for tomorrow. I'm like, hey, really? You're putting me in charge of that? I'm like, okay. But I was the only person that out of 3 people remembered something, and they're like blown away. I'm like, you guys should be ashamed of yourselves.
You should, if I'm remembering.
Seriously.
Yeah. I like when people say to me, "Remind me." You want me to remind you? Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, text me to remind you.
Yeah. I'll not remember either of those things. I tip my hat to you, Andy. That was a job well done.
I was just like, man, write the date down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like,
write it down.
I was at work flexing. I'm like, yeah.
Put a gold star on the calendar.
Totally.
Good job, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's impressive.
I know, right?
I probably would not have got that.
I know.
I mean, that's why I love technology, is because it just keeps me on track.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I did it before.
Oh, I would never get anywhere, like direction-wise. Never. Like, without the GPS, forget it.
Oh, totally.
I'd be off in, like, some field crying, you know.
I remember in the days going to shows, like, you know, we pre-GPS, you kind of knew the general area and how to get there, maybe the town.
Yeah.
You know, and
right.
you get there and then you just ask people, like, where's this, where's that?
And it's crazy. We used to always do that.
Stop at a gas station, dude.
Like, what? Like,
What?
ask the toll person. Like,
Yeah. Totally.
It's so weird. I think, too, because there was no other option. It's not like we thought, like, oh, the GPS is down today. No, we just didn't. There was no option. You just had to get. But going to the show was so important that we just did it.
Yes.
You didn't think about it. Like, I don't know. It was just weird. Now having, like, being, you know, my age, having the anxiety of being an older person, I'd be like, I'm not doing that. You know, if, like, oh, the GPS broke, but you still get there. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going. What are you, crazy?
Yeah.
Not leaving the house.
You don't know the address? Pfft, whatever. I'm out.
Do you know what time I'm going to be home? Forget it. Never mind. You know what I mean? Where are we going to eat? Am I going to, you know, and I'm like comfy shoes on.
All right. Do they have a bathroom?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I think about that all the time, you know, and I didn't care either. Like, I didn't think about things like how much money I had in my pocket, or, you know, when Dive did that little mini tour, you know, down the East Coast, starting in DC, Richmond, Virginia, and then I forget where it was after Richmond. Virginia Beachy area? I don't know.
Okay.
You know, their first show was at some little cafe. It looked like a cafe, dude. On a corner, in a corner building in Washington, D.C. And we just piled into my old Plymouth, the K car, the red one with the bench seats. It was like 6 of us.
Nice.
And found this place. I have no idea how.
Right.
Like, looking back on it, I don't, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, how do you make it back?
Right.
Like,
And then on to the next thing. Like, you know what I mean? We essentially followed them around, you know, with some other friends that you know, and, you know, some people in more well-known bands now. And I don't know, I probably had $30 in my pocket and
Right.
a tank of gas and
yeah, for the whole tour.
for the whole tour, dude.
Like, what?
You know, I mean, it was only like a week, spread out over a week or so. It was 95, and I think it was, I want to say Dive was doing it because it was their school vacation.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So we just, you know, we jumped in the, just like, okay, we're going to do it. And it was with Jasta,
Just the 14.
yeah, at the time, they were Jasta, pre-Hatebreed. And then, who the fuck? I don't remember who else played. I'm so bad. But I met a lot of awesome people along the way.
Oh yeah,
people
That's-
I'm still friends with. That's the best part.
I was
right?
just gonna say that's the best part of
Yeah,
tour.
yeah.
You just
But
because it's
lifelong friends.
It's funny because like being on tour, there's no anxiety for me anyway of like going to shows and not knowing anybody because you're going to meet other bands, like just especially if you're doing like merch or something because someone's always gonna come up and you know you have a common interest, so it's easy. You don't have to try and make small talk like oh what's up and yeah talking about bands and music and because if you're somewhere where you don't obviously know like where you are. You can talk about that state or that city.
Yeah.
It's wicked cool. Like, oh, do you guys have this place, a pizza shop here or whatever? Or what's your favorite? Blah blah blah. Like, it's fun, So it's a like-minded environment, which makes it easy.
Totally, and the kids in the other towns fully open-armed embraced us. You know what I mean? They're like,
exactly.
"Oh hell yeah, you guys are down from Massachusetts."
Yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean? Like at one point, some kid let us crash. His parents were away, and he let us crash at their house.
Right.
And his sister, this dude, there's so many good stories, but his sister wakes up to all these like grimy, hardcore kids like sleeping all over the floors, and then they're all like people are grabbing their stuff and like running out of the house and like see you at the show later. Yeah.
It's so funny. Yeah, people are super hospitable. Like, oh,
Super. That's my point.
like we need a place to stay. Like, yeah, no problem. Like,
Yeah.
Like, you sure? Okay.
Yeah. Great. It was the same way in Richmond. People
Yeah.
were just open their homes up like.
It's funny. I think it's like, and that's the beauty and connection of this kind of music. I feel like people just they recognize you as safe, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we like the same music, and they're in a band. They travel down here. They must be okay. Obviously, it's just kind of funny. You
Yeah.
wouldn't if people were rolling by. I mean, I wouldn't do that. Obviously, like if just random people were like in a van or something or a carload of people, you wouldn't be like, you have nowhere to go. You have to stay in my house. And they'd be like, yeah, no way.
Totally.
But because it's that music connection, it's just like it's almost like a kinship, and it's like you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just a weird connection.
I think that's what makes it a difference between like music
Yeah.
that you listen to and a scene. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's it becomes a community of
Right.
of for the most part like-minded people.
Yep.
Plus we were young, so
Well, yeah, especially being that young too. It's like whatever.
yeah. I don't even know. I was probably 19 at the time, maybe. The dive guys were all in high school still. They all with the Josta guys piled into a I think it was a Ryder truck at the time, maybe.
Nice.
And one of the uncles was driving. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
nice.
because everybody was so young.
Right. That's awesome.
I think I'm 19, maybe 18. I don't know. I was young.
So I think in '95, that's when I graduated high school. So I was 18 in '95.
Oh,
So yeah.
yeah. So I would have been a little bit older than that. Maybe we'll have Kevin on, some of those other guys, and there's so many really good stories from that time that I think were very influential and important to my development, and I'm sure to theirs as well.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I
for
mean?
sure. Was that couldn't have been the first dive tour? I mean, I'm sure they must have done stuff before then, right?
No, that was the first.
Really?
Like, I mean, they had played a bunch of shows,
Right,
But
but
because
never-
because they were so young
Oh yeah, true.
that they couldn't. Like, I remember some of them had curfews, so they would play a show, and then because I was driving, because I was a couple of years older than them, we would have to like leave the show and try to get back before their curfew.
Wow, that's funny.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. And when you look at the music they were putting out at that time, when you put it into that perspective that they were just high school kids, it's insane. It's insane. Yeah.
It's like, how are you that mindful to write this kind of music? Well, and I guess they're not really mindful though, because there's no thought. I don't think there's any thought, and I'm not making.
No, comes naturally.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't making it.
It wasn't.
Anybody.
It wasn't
Yeah. Like planned or.
Yeah.
Not to say they didn't get in a group.
It was organic.
Yeah. It just,
They just got together and formed like Voltron.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, dude.
All the pieces just worked.
Yeah, all the pieces worked. And as a young, I had just gotten into hardcore and stuff. actually I met Kevin at my first hardcore show. You know, my first real hardcore show.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Yeah, we should have him, some of the other dudes.
Yeah, we'll definitely get some guests on soon and have some like intertwining stories.
Yeah, we'll do
experiences.
some deep dives and
Can't wait.
people get to hear some of the overlapping stories and
Backstories, tour stories.
Yeah, all these foundational stories that are
Yeah, like I always hear interviews with Brian Fair, who I'm gonna definitely talk to him about getting on here too. But he always says, if you look at the lineups from back in the day, like the Flyers and stuff like that from like 96, 97 or earlier, they always look like they would have 1 million people at the show. You know, that show had like 12 people at it.
Yes.
But it's like this ridiculous lineup of like just incredible bands that now, if they played, it'd be like 1,000-person room. You know, it's just awesome.
Yeah, it would sell out.
Yeah,
essentially.
absolutely. Yep, it's so funny.
To capacity, easily 1,000 people.
Yep. So it's just funny.
Be like, oh, Overcast, Disembodied, and
I'm trying to think who else would be on that. Shy Halud,
probably.
like
Yeah.
Starkweather, maybe like
Yes, Stark.
Dissolve.
Yes.
Like it's hilarious. And that show
All
today,
some of my favorites.
yeah,
actually.
it would be insane.
Yeah,
Totally insane.
yeah. Totally.
You know, One King Down, like
Yeah.
it's in that era. It's just funny.
It would be like a $10 show tops.
Oh, tops.
And they'd be like 12 to 15 people or something.
I know. I love when people like you tell them about an old school show like I was there. You're like, no, you weren't, because I was there and there was 6 of us there.
That's right.
It's like, and you weren't one of them.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
People always try and do that. Like it's like an Instagram post of like an old flyer, and people are like, oh, I remember that show. Like, no, you don't, because it was a bust. Nobody was there.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
It was the band and their girlfriends. You know, it was just hilarious.
Totally. The scene needs younger folks to be coming in and
Yeah, especially that kind of music. You know.
yeah, it's totally youth driven music. I think, you know, sounds and trends and depends on, you know, it's the young people that are really the taste makers. You know, we may as older people think that because we've experienced more and we probably have better taste. That may be true, but I think the younger people are the ones driving it. They're they're going to the shows and the basement shows as well as the
For sure.
You know what I mean? It's been a while since I've been to a basement show, but it's never out of the question.
But let us know. We'll go to one.
Totally. Never out of the question.
That'd be awesome.
But it's absolutely a youth-driven thing. And so, you know, you start to see shifts in sound and a little bit in ethic, because I think each generation has their own sort of influences on what is acceptable.
You're right.
In
Their
the
own
scene
standards,
and what's not.
morals.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I think a lot of younger people are naturally a little more sensitive to that. I could be wrong, you know.
Yeah. It's true.
But so there, you know, there's always the next generation that's driving things forward, and then, you know, we do our best to maintain the ethical, you know, philosophies that we think deserve to be maintained, you know, and take on these new influences. You know, you and I we've been around long enough to have seen a lot of different shifts, right? So
yeah. Some good, some not so good.
Yeah. The sound too. You know, there was a period where I was not happy with the way hardcore was sounding, or just not that I was unhappy, because I don't want to sound like the salty old man.
Right.
So shaking my fist at the clouds. Damn you!
What?
I just wasn't feeling it. You know, I just wasn't feeling the sound, and
Yep.
but I really. I like hearing new stuff, you know, it's cool. Like, I don't want to just hear the same old sound. I can go back and listen to
Right. You can. Yeah.
records from that time, and they're just, you know, they've already made these great pieces of music, and so it's great to hear new things. I mean, I like what I like what I like. I'm not going to apologize for that.
No, of course not.
And I might tease someone else for their taste.
Well, you have to.
Yeah, I mean, I reserve the right to do that.
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
It's garbage.
But it's okay. You know what I mean?
Right.
My punk is not their punk. You know, as we were talking, the younger people come in and they have different thoughts and feelings about certain things. You know, I think they're very sensitive to differences. And I think that has a lot to do with why the scene is more diverse now. I think, of course, it's becoming, for lack of a better word, more popular. So more people are getting turned on
Right.
to this sort of this underground or counterculture. But also, I think a lot of young kids are just more sensitive to each other and their feelings, and
For sure.
you know, they're setting up new boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you and I, you know, we like to we'll insult each other in a loving sort of way.
Right.
Meaning, you know, we're just we were raised different, I think, and maybe it's just our just the way who we are. But I think some people don't understand that.
No.
And so
Definitely not.
I only bring it up because that might be a different social boundary that's
yeah.
also making its way, you know, that impacts hardcore, because they're bringing also their, you know, their personal boundaries, and it matters. And so it can be hard for people who are used to it being one way. See, I was trying to bring it back around. Who was used to it being one way is now like, oh, I can't, like, I used to say some off-color things, and now that's not acceptable. You know,
Right.
We're sort of forced to look at things different, which can be difficult for people. You know, it can create a little
change for certain people is. I find it with some people it's almost impossible.
Yes. Yeah. It is almost impossible.
But
and those are the people you hear complaining the loudest about things
Right.
changing and this and that.
right, it's like it's okay. It can change.
Yeah.
Things can change.
Yeah, I find it fun. It's like discovering something new all the time. You know what I
Right.
mean? Not just outside of the ethics.
Yeah.
You know, outside of the scene,
Right.
politics, so to speak.
Yeah, and you don't have to accept everything.
Yeah.
But be open to stuff. You know.
Yeah.
That's how things get better and grow.
Totally. And some of these new bands are bringing some pretty good stuff, you
Yeah,
know. So
exactly.
if I was to just stick into my pocket of music or comfort, you know, only go to the same shows, be around the same people, you know, really never step outside my comfort zone, I wouldn't be able to discover some really great stuff.
Whenever someone sees like a band that's legendary, they always think they were always legendary. It's not even close to truth.
No.
They always had to start somewhere, and they were. I'm not saying some bands probably loved right away. I don't know, but they probably played to 6 people, and you know, started getting some buzz, and people were like, "Who are these guys?" The older heads are like, "These guys suck," or they're new school. I don't like the sound of that they have. It's like, you know what I mean. So everyone starts somewhere, and at some point, probably everyone's almost hated by somebody. I'm sure. You know, even bands that are beloved now. So it's no different.
Yeah, it is no different. In that regard, there's always going to be people resistant to change, right? They're going to just be like, fuck that. That's not the hardcore I know.
Right.
You know,
Right.
that doesn't sound like metal to me.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yep.
that's not punk enough. Like, where's Bro's Mohawk?
Right, exactly.
Or whatever, leather, not enough spikes. Like, whatever.
Yeah. Think about it. In metal, it was like, you don't have long hair. You're not metal. It's like, what are you talking about? I'm listening to Judas Priest. Like,
You're
nah.
right.
Like, you know, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, one of the first people I feel was like Scott Ian from Anthrax that was bald because he was actually going bald, so he shaved his head. It's like, he's in a metal band. He's paid his dues. He's a metal guy. It's like so ridiculous when you think about it now. Like back then, it was like new. Like, oh, you shaved your head. Are you still listen to metal? It's like, of course, it's so stupid. Like all these dumb like
No.
You know,
No.
like, you know, are you sure you're still an angry hardcore kid? You're not wearing like camo like shorts anymore.
Totally.
Like, no, I'm still pissed off at my parents.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it. Like,
I got them in my closet. They're ready to come out.
I'm still mad at my stepdad. Okay.
I'm still mad, man. You don't understand. Yeah, totally. You know, I personally try to not be self-limiting. I love when people know what they love and they're into and they're passionate about it, and that's cool. I have no faults with it, but I personally, it doesn't fit me and my personality, and so I make an effort to try to stay open. You know what I mean? I still like what I like,
Yeah, for sure.
but the things that I like grows. You know, sometimes I just hear new shit, and I'm like,
Yep. And that's the thing. It's like, it doesn't have to be heavy. It can just be whatever. If something catches your ear, it's like, oh, cool.
yeah,
You know?
I mean, yeah.
Actually, I was telling one of my good friends yesterday, I'm like, man, because he's like, oh, check out this song, you know? And I'm like, you really like a lot of different stuff. I don't know if he's played me the same thing twice. It's like, oh, this genre and this thing over here, and it's madness, but it's cool. You know, it's just like, wow, you just like music.
Yeah,
It's like, what a concept.
yeah. That's essentially me. I just if it's, you know, if it hits, it hits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like so much different stuff, and it depends on my mood. Depends on how I'm feeling. Or is it sunny out? Is it cloudy out? Is it, you know what I mean? Am I in the car? Am I outside? Like, you know,
Headphones,
so many different. Yeah. Did I have a bad day? Do I have headphones on?
That's a huge one. Headphones.
Huge one.
Huge. Yep.
Because things sometimes sound different.
These usually sound pretty incredible. Like, listen to this on headphones. Make sure you listen to it on headphones.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
sounds amazing.
Yeah, which I've said to you
Yes.
a couple of times. You
And it's
gotta,
like, oh my God.
yeah,
Like,
you gotta listen to it on headphones
because you can play for me right now on your phone. I'm like, oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
You go home, put your headphones on. You're like,
oh my God,
it's like an experience.
yes,
You know.
yes, and I love that. I love that. That's such a great thing. Yeah, great.
It's like,
experience.
you know, to me, I always think about this because it was such a movement. I remember being like, we were there from the beginning. Like, I've never actually seen this band live, but it's funny because this is a big one for me, is Green Day. It's like so much hate from like, because we were surrounded by like the real people, you know what I mean? And I'm saying that as kind
Yeah,
of
we listen to real punk.
right. So when they came out, it was like, this is trash. And I remember, I'll say it, I jumped on the bandwagon. I'm like, yeah, this is dumb, and being like, they're not real and they don't know what they're doing. And you mean to tell me those guys don't listen to all the old school punk? Of course they do. They know what they're a new. It's not even new. They're like super old dudes, but it's like they've been in the game for 30 plus, almost probably 40 years now. And it's like, to a whole generation, that's punk rock. And
Yes.
they probably have the biggest punk rock movement of all time.
Yes.
They're huge. They're one of the biggest bands of all time. So,
Yeah, pop culture wise, I think everybody knows who they are, right? Even people's
huge.
parents know who they are.
yeah.
So yes, everybody knows Green Day.
Right.
And I do my best to acknowledge their existence and to understand that is important to somebody. You know what I mean? There's somebody around who that was a critical album for them, and I respect that. They drive me crazy.
Yeah, because I feel like they're one of those bands where you either probably really enjoy them or you're like, oh my God.
That whole sound is just something that I just can't get down with. It just never, ever. Like, I still, even if I go back and try to listen, I just can't.
A couple of years ago, this is actually crazy, the first album, well, I shouldn't say that. I don't think it's their first album. The first big album with like 17,000 hits on it. But it's like, I heard it a couple of years ago, so I forget, it played in its entirety. I heard it. And I was like, that's not a bad album. I was like, why the hate from me personally? Oh, because I was ignorant. I wouldn't pay any attention, but I'd be like, well, that's not this.
Too
So
cool for
I don't-
school,
oh,
man.
big time, man. I was like judging it out. I was like, I mean, is it my style? Is it what I love?
Yeah.
No, but I was like, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
And then I remember like they came out with a new album maybe a year or two ago, and I checked that out. I was like, that's not bad either. What that really? So I'm like, man, and it's one of those things where in life it goes for anything. It's like I was so judgmental of this, or I just didn't pay any attention, and then it just passed. Like say they wouldn't be a band anymore. It's like, well, I wish I would have seen them live. I've done that so many times with different things in life. It's like, why miss? I guess the whole point of this episode for me is like, why miss out on something just because you're trying to judge it? It's like, just stop the judgment, let that wall go down, and just try and like just have an open mind, check it out, and if you don't like it, you don't like it.
That was totally the point I was trying to get at too. Is not my thing.
Yeah.
And when I was younger, I was a lot judgier. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was totally too cool for school. Like I thought I had it all figured out. I knew what was up. And so I ignored stuff or just dismissed it altogether for whatever reason. And so there have been times where I've gone back and listened to, nothing's really popping out for an example right now. Maybe it'll come to me. Where I've gone back and I'll be like, man, I really slept on this. You know what I mean? I wish I would have been into this then, and not discovering it. I still discover, I don't know about you, but I still discover stuff that I ignored for whatever reason.
Oh yeah. Like I absolutely love Social D.
Yeah.
And it just didn't do anything for me at all. And then at a certain time in my life, I heard him again. I was like, it just hit.
Yeah.
It was weird. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh my,
cool.
I really like this a lot.
Yeah, cool.
And getting into it, I listened to them nonstop. Every album, I love them so much. It was them, and I've always kind of like liked Crowbar. And then at one point in life, for some reason, I literally, they're a mood band to me.
Yeah.
Like you got to be in a certain headspace. And I was I hate to say it, probably like more like solemn, kind of like down, kind of, not the band down, but in a down kind of headspace. And the grooves they have, and like the heaviness and the sludginess, the slow grooves just hit. And I was like, I freaking love this band. And from then on, it was just like, couldn't get enough.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Crowbar is a great example because earlier in their career, I was into some other stuff at that time, and I just Crowbar, I knew of their existence. I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was
Right.
like, this is cool. But it wasn't where I was at the time. Like you said, headspace wise, it just things where I was at any given time in my timeline, you know?
Yep.
And it was years later where I heard it, and I was like, holy smokes, like why didn't I hear this? Like, is this the same band that I heard before?
I think they're so extreme of a case that you can't believe you didn't like it.
Yes.
Like how?
That's fair. Yeah.
Like I listen to the riffs now, I'm like, how, what?
Yeah.
Most crushing riffs.
Yeah, because now they're one of my favorites.
Absolutely.
Yeah. When I'm feeling a certain way, some Crowbar really, sets the mood. So, yeah, that's actually a great example. I didn't think of that at first. So, yeah.
Yeah, and then
Great example.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's funny because you listen to the lyrics and you're like, what? The lyrics are actually incredible.
Yeah.
So just like the total package, so good.
Yes.
God,
I'm still not softening up on Green Day though. They're just not.
it's not your jam. Man.
It's just not exactly, dude. It's just not my jam. It just doesn't.
It's funny because we can get into a ton of bands right now. Like why dissect it? Why it's just not your jam. That's you're like, yeah, I don't like it.
Cool.
It's not for me.
Yeah, somebody wants to send me a message and tell me why I'm wrong. Cool.
It's funny. I'm thinking because the kind of podcast we're running here, I feel like I'm gonna get the messages. Like, you like them, really? What's wrong with you?
That might be true.
You know what I mean? So I think I'm the odd. Saying that is kind of like risky, but I'm like, I don't care.
They're
They're not like one of my favorite bands or anything, but I'll assume like, yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and that was against the rules too. Like, but it's on the radio. You can't like that.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, there was these stupid. I don't know if they were unwritten. I guess unwritten.
Yeah.
It's not like there's a manual or anything.
There should be. It's in my head still. But.
Totally, yeah. There was just these things. Again, not, that's not punk enough, or they're on the radio. You can't like that.
Totally.
When in reality, I was getting all these different influences. You know what I mean? It was, I can remember one road trip down to Rhode Island. It was some people we know, and we were meeting up with some new people that we met through the scene, and on the way down, we listened to Beastie Boys and Nuclear Assault.
Wow.
And Pestilence, with the bugs on that.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think of the name's a little different. I know.
I love that record.
Nasty.
Sounds like they got like 14 guitar players.
It's
just
so
like,
good.
what's going on, dude?
Yeah, it's so good.
And there was something else that I'm forgetting right now. But then when we picked up our friend, and she gets in the car and she like pulls out whatever was in and pops in a Go-Go's tape. And so we're just cruising around listening. So it's just all these different influences that I tried to remain open to.
It's true.
But then some bands, like Crowbar, I totally missed.
Yep.
For whatever reason. It just wasn't the right time and place.
I think your ears just grow too.
Probably. Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I mean, think about it. It's different now, but when we were like 14 and you hear a band that's like, I'm trying to think back then, but, a very like, time signature changing, like just off the wall, spastic kind of band, it can be harder to take when you're that young.
Yes.
You want to hear more just like straightforward, like, fast beat, breakdown, whatever. Something easy to kind of digest.
Yes.
So
I think of it kind of like food. Like sometimes you're just not ready for the spicy stuff.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
You know what I mean? Like you're just getting off of like baby formula.
Right,
you're
right.
like you were eating like smushed peas.
Exactly.
And now you're getting like,
I'm trying to think of that in band terms. It'd be funny.
Yeah.
Like who's like a really okay, like I know I'm like not a fan of the next band, but it's like going from AC/DC.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy to digest. It's like pretty straightforward on purpose, obviously. Whatever.
Everybody. They
have 400
soccer
albums.
moms love AC/DC.
They're all the same albums. Whatever. Just change the lyrics up a little bit. But
every wedding playlist ever. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, oh god. So it's like going from AC/DC to like Dying Fetus the same day. It's not going to happen. You got to grow. It's like you just can't.
Oh yeah. You got to work. You don't come out of the gate listening to Dying Fetus unless you're an exceptional child.
Right. Unless you're like homeschooled. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Homeschooling. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
Dying Fetus.
Dying Fetus. All right. So
I think we've learned that I'm not punk enough for this podcast.
No, actually, what we've learned is that it's sort of ingrained into so much that we do that it's not really about being punk enough or metal enough. It's just being sort of present and part of it and open and accepting, of the good things, of the positive things, and making sure that the negative things, the things that we're trying to fight against, for lack of a better term.
Right. Yep. The
things we just don't like in society, the whole, the thing we're raging against, it's ingrained, I think, in everything we do. You can hear it in people's lyrics or in the the music they're playing and the clothes people wear.
Yeah.
Even sometimes the language that we use. Some of it's very of a thing, just like anything.
Yeah, it's true.
So I'd really like to hear what other people think about it, about what their experiences with punk was, what they think maybe what we're saying is total nonsense. Maybe they think we're out of touch. I'd like to know. They can hit us up, send us
give us your feedback, your theories, your like what bands you think are punk.
Yeah.
Back in the day or even now or whatever, or any opinions on the matter, because we just talked for a while about like our viewpoints and you might think they're total trash. I doubt it because we're like super smart about it, but and educated, but no, actually it's funny, we were talking, I really want to find out some history on the Bad Brains, like when they first came on the scene. I'd love to know the actual real response and reactions from that, instead of just like what we know now, like, oh, Bad Brains are legends. But what? That's intriguing, actually. Because after I said that and you were talking about it, I was like, I wonder if there's some old heads that can really tell us about that.
Sure.
I would, if anybody happens to listen to this or knows, seriously, it's going to sound crazy, but their dad or whoever, uncle, somebody that was kind of even close to there at the beginning, let us know if they have any stories, because I would just love to figure that out.
Same. Yeah, I'd love to be able to talk to somebody who has firsthand knowledge or experience about it. It's I'm actually glad you brought it up, because I wonder too. I wonder. You made such a good point when you said they're legends to us now, but what was it like for them then? I don't think you're right. They weren't legends out the gate. I'm sure there was a lot of people that don't understand them or didn't, and probably still don't.
Still don't. They're so...
Yeah. I hear that occasionally, that people don't really understand.
Yeah. So, a lot to digest, a lot to think about.
There's tons of stuff.
Man.
And that's part of why we're doing this, is have these conversations to go deep and really explore some of these areas. Maybe somebody hasn't. Maybe somebody has thought about it, and they want to school me on it. That's cool.
Please school us all day.
Yeah,
we want to know.
Yeah, hell yeah. I would love to talk to somebody who experienced it and saw it firsthand.
Yep.
No, and that's one of the things I actually really liked about the Twin City scene is the diversity, not only in the people but in the music. You're right. It was a regular thing to see. A death metal band, a hardcore band, like some crust punk, and like a beatdown band, or heavy hardcore, all in the same show. Yeah. My memory's not so good anymore.
Yeah, I remember those shows. You're like, this is so weird.
It's so weird.
Yeah. Well, I think one was like maybe Overcast.
Yeah.
Battery.
Yeah.
Dissolve, maybe. I don't know.
Dissolve, yeah.
But it's like...
Only Living Witness.
Yeah, you're like, what is happening?
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, man, this is awesome.
Texas is the reason, Only Living Witness, and like... Yeah.
Right, then it's like Scattered Remnants. You're like,
right, exactly.
What? It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's so fun.
But that's the thing, the 90s also... Say a band like Overcast, to me, they killed gatekeeping themselves. Because if you think about the genres that one band is...
Yes.
It's like, well, I can sit here and be like, they're metal all day. It's like, they're just not. The guys in the band came together. There's metal guys in the band, there's hardcore guys in the band, and it mixed. It's both genres. You can't define their sound.
Yes.
It's just a mix.
It's a true crossover band.
Exactly. Yep.
They're just all these different elements, and their fans were so diverse too.
Right. Yep.
Just so many different types of people, and it was great.
Right. Everyone kind of like, I use that as an example because it's perfect to me, because they've just blended so many styles, and different people would dance differently to them. Like the energy came out of people differently for the same band playing the same music, but people would just like took it differently and interpreted them for the, how in their own way, like it just came out of them differently.
Yes.
How they responded to the music,
Yes. I never knew. I think, and so many myself and so many people I know, really just listened to a lot of different things, and I never really knew. We talk about gatekeeping, and I never really knew that you couldn't, like, I didn't know there was a rule.
Right,
something.
An unwritten rule.
An unwritten rule that, like, you can't do this or that. I liked what I liked, and and a lot of that had to do with the scene itself. I think just exposed us to it seemed like such a normal thing.
Right, it's just natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some basement show with all these diverse bands. It was great.
Yeah, because I think you just didn't understand, like, there's different, like I said, genres, subgenres. It's like, it's all heavy music.
Yeah.
It's all aggressive music. Who cares?
Yeah.
Saying that doesn't mean like everyone's into every style. I've been to plenty of shows where you like one band. I don't care for the next band, but I like the headlining band.
Totally.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But I feel like you can be still influenced by stuff you don't like.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. It's like, I seen this band one time, not my thing, but you could still take away something from that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's always some sort of takeaway from that.
Yeah. But if everything was involved in gatekeeping, then you wouldn't be influenced by all the things you were influenced by.
Yeah. I think I said this maybe in an earlier episode that I try not to limit myself. I try to go into everything as open-minded as I can because of past experiences. And if I shut myself out, if I gatekeep myself, I would have missed out on so much really cool stuff. And so, we tell stories all the time about playing music for our coworkers and being like,
yeah.
What?
Okay.
You're like, let me tell you about it.
Yeah, seriously. Well, how would the scene not continue to grow, but even the next generation come in if everyone would just shut out? It makes no sense.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, there's new bands all the time. There's new generations of people and bands. That's just how it works.
I mean, hardcore, particularly in hardcore, it's a youth-driven movement, and so you need fresh blood, so to speak. Yeah. You need young people to keep with the energy to keep that moving forward and keep it fresh and keep it progressing, and I try my best not to be the salty old head that in my day,
right. It can be tough, but yeah.
A hardcore, and because it's not for me. I mean, it's for me because I dig it, but it's really not.
I know what you're saying.
For me.
It's not intended for you.
Yes. However, I will say I'm seeing a lot more gray beards and, orthopedic shoes than I ever did. And I think that's just a younger, the younger people are getting older, but they're still, somehow connected to the scene, like us.
Yeah. I was going to say I'm feeling pretty targeted right now, but yeah.
Really feeling pretty. Oh, well, it is what it is.
Oh, man.
My back still hurts.
It's even like we were just talking before this episode, Haywire's opening for the Dropkick Murphys.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally the sign of not gatekeeping right there.
Yes.
It's like Dropkick realizes Haywire is like probably the biggest, most talked about band in Boston right now. Yeah. It's like, why wouldn't they have them open,
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah, it's great. And it's the younger generation and the older generation.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those people we know personally. I think we've both seen those. Have you seen Haywire? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Both great live bands.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yep. Haywire brings that hardcore energy that we need, you know.
Right. Keeps the scene alive.
Keeps the scene alive, and what we're seeing is we're bringing two different but not so different scenes together, you know.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. Without if people just stayed in their little silos and kept the gate closed, none of this would ever happen.
It'd be the same thing as like a band playing with the exact same type of bands as they are all the time. They would gain no new fans.
Yeah.
So it makes no sense.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, Metallica could play with Megadeth every weekend, but they have the same fans. So what'd be the point?
Yeah.
You know?
That's true. At the same time, we don't want to make it, you know.
Well, yeah.
Right.
There's a limit, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want like, you know, Slayer opening up for like Katy Perry or something, but which I would love to see. Just throwing that out there. If you're listening,
Can
Katie.
somebody make that happen?
Katie, come on.
Yeah, Katie.
But right, there's a limit, I guess. But you know, within reason, within the heavy music scene, it's like, why not just have diversity? You know?
Yes. No, I think diversity is important. Otherwise, it becomes homogenized and stale and generic.
I mean, as much as I love death metal, I don't want to see the same 4 death metal bands pretty much like in one night. It's just like, okay, I want to see Dying Fetus, then I want to see like, I don't know, what's other band that could fit with them but not be the same? It'd be awesome, you know?
I mean, you know, when I sit down to eat a meal, I don't get 4 of the same thing on a plate.
There you go.
Unless it's 4 tacos, then that's
obviously.
acceptable.
It's different.
But you know, I'm not getting 4 helpings of mashed potatoes.
Right.
You know, you want some mashed potatoes and some carrots and some asparagus. You know, there's some tofurkey. You want a little bit of variety, and that's how I feel about music too. Like,
it's true.
I make these playlists that are like all over the place.
Yeah, just bonkers.
Yeah. So I just didn't. We're not good with rules. It's, you know, no masters. It's right in the name.
Exactly.
So that's always been my approach to music too. I welcome people in. With that being said, it can't be too easy. There's got to be some, you know, maybe a little like Ninja Warrior course or something. People gotta like, you know, first they gotta like do the 2-step, and then like it's like a quiz, you know what I mean, that you study for.
You gotta like bring them out to a parking lot, set up some cones, and like,
you 2-step around the
like blow the whistle. No, that's not how it's done. Come on.
You start by, you know, start the race with like the
lawnmower.
Try to start the lawnmower, like picking up change.
All right, come on, keep that elbow straight. Come on.
Yeah,
you know, it's like
and then you know, maybe some merit-based stuff. Maybe solve a couple puzzles or something. You know.
Yeah,
identify Vinny Stigma's birthday.
I was gonna say
something like
that. When's the last time like Vinny Stigma's guitar was plugged in? You know, stuff like that. Whatever. You know?
Yeah, you know, those little things that you gotta know as an insider. You know.
Yeah. Name the 3 most important New York hardcore bands of all time.
Yeah. That sort of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't want to make it too easy for people.
Just looking forward to some shows we have coming up. Some good tours coming through.
Yeah. I was asking you what's happening like I didn't know.
Right.
I just wanted you to say it.
I can tell.
Yeah. It's just like
fine, I'll say it.
Yeah. Doubt my boss is listening.
Yeah. I'm gonna be sick that day, figure quotes.
I've already put in for that day off actually.
I usually have a pretty nasty cough on Thursday mornings. So
I do. It's chronic. It's
weird. It's a thing. It's
sometimes Friday mornings. It's so weird.
It's so strange.
Yeah. It's really strange. So I'm stoked for those shows. And then also there's an upcoming 100 Demons.
Yeah, when
July.
Was that? July, that's right.
I think that's in July.
That's down in Connecticut.
Pretty excited for that. What else we got?
I got tickets for Social D. That's not till September, but I'm excited. I haven't seen them in years, so breaking
I
all
had
the-
to pass on that one because I
I
have
just
to be a little more selective.
I just had to buy a scally cap, so I'm covered.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, so you get the
Speaking of gatekeeping,
you get the starter pack.
Yeah, they weren't gonna let me in, so I was like,
yeah. Right, exactly.
I got the tattoo sleeve shirts.
They do the fit check at the door.
Totally.
So if you don't have that, starter pack or more advanced,
Right.
So that's how they arrange your seating. Actually,
Yeah.
is depending on
Exactly. I got the scally and the suspenders and
the whole
I
the
should do
creeper
that.
shoes, maybe.
totally. Oh man,
Sweet.
can't wait for that.
Yeah.
What else? There's a bunch of shows coming up. I know it's Testament Overkill is playing
Yeah.
the Worcester Palladium this month. Then I think maybe next month is the Cryptopsy show, the
Yeah,
Palladium
that's a good
upstairs.
one. Yeah.
That should be good.
Yes, also a good show. And Converge is playing with Poison the Well.
That's right. That's a big show.
That is a big show.
Wow.
Converge just put out a new record. It's very Converge, very, very good. I think it's very good, and it's a little different than what you used to from Converge. A little slower, a little sludgier.
Okay.
But good. I think it's a great record. They're playing with Poison the Well. Poison the Well is also has an upcoming record release.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm not as familiar with their material.
We haven't seen them in obviously a long
Time. Yeah, it's been a long time.
But I remember them live. They're really good for sure.
Yeah, they were good. So that's going to be at the Worcester Palladium. This was sort of impromptu, so I think we're covering some of the bigger ones.
Yeah. Well, there was that acid bath.
Oh yeah, how could I forget about that one?
Napalm.
Yeah, I'll be at that one.
Yeah, nice. And that's at Roadrunner?
Roadrunner.
Yeah.
I'm stoked about that one.
I don't have tickets yet for that. I should get them.
You should. I think it'll sell out.
Yeah, who else is playing that? Acid bath, Napalm.
I didn't know we were having a quiz today.
Yeah.
I didn't study.
F minus.
F.
No.
Minus. You were going to have to repeat this class.
No.
Yeah, people are like,
Weird. Yeah.
whatever. You bring up stuff, you make us wait.
I know. It's, just
It's just like, what? You think I got time for this?
you guys ain't going anywhere. Come on.
Guys,
Let's not kid
you
ourselves.
knew what you were getting into. All right, I think that's enough nonsense
Yeah.
for one day.
I think we're good.
I think we'll wrap it up. Thank you for joining us. This has been Two Mics, No Masters.
Yeah. Loud music, louder opinions. Stay for the outro.
No masters, two minds. No masters, two minds. No masters, two